Hello, it's Phoebe here from HR Dynamics, and I'd like to have a bit of a chat today about how much should I pay staff? That's a really good question and something that we get asked a lot. When determining what salary or hourly rate you should be paying your staff, there's a couple of things that you need to consider. The first thing that you really need to look at is what is your award, what is the classification that you're paying the staff member under, and what are allowances, overtime benefits do you need to build in either to that hourly rate, pay on top of their base wage, or put into a salary. And we'll do another webinar on that information. It's a subject within itself. But really important to make sure that you're paying correctly as per the award. Uh, you would be surprised as to how many positions are covered by the award. A lot of people think they are exempt from the award or they're not covered by the award in their business, but the majority of industries are covered. There are some exceptions, but most positions are covered by awards. There's miscellaneous professional award, and there's a whole lot of industry and trade awards, as well as occupational awards, such as the clerical award. So really make sure that you have done some good research in that and you've got the correct information so you're paying under the correct award. The only positions that we can confidently say that aren't going to be covered by award is if they're on a high income threshold, above the high income threshold, and that's people who earn over 175,000. So once you've determined the award, meeting your minimum requirement, and there are up to criminal penalties if you're not paying people as per the award correctly. So once you've got that sorted and you know you're ticking the box, then you need to start to have a think about, well, what would it be for me to attract the person into this role? So this is if you've got someone currently and if they left, you'll bring them in. Or if you're recruiting for a new position, what are the competitors offering? And sometimes you have to do a bit of market research on that. There are some tools such as the Hayes survey that is, though it can be a bit broad, I find. One of the best ways that we find actually doing some research as to what salary benchmarking is by just having a little look on Seek and seeing what similar positions in your region are going to be paying. So there will be some positions that are highly sought after in regional areas because maybe there's a fly in, fly out scenario. Therefore, you have to pay a lot. Mechanics is jumping to mind there, auto electricians, those types of positions. Quite hard to find those roles in regional areas sometimes, whereas they may not be quite so hard if you're in a metropolitan city. And then there's other roles that is going to be more highly sought after and harder to find in the cities or the cost of living in cities. So some of those baseline roles, you have to pay staff more just because of the cost of living is higher in the city, whereas you've got some more unskilled labour in some of the regional areas. So really unique depending upon your situation and the circumstances of the region and the industry and what it's going to take to attract the right people into your company. Once you have determined what it is to attract the right person, do you want to pay anything extra? And the way to be able to do that is that we would recommend is looking at a bonus scheme. I really like bonuses for staff. It means, or a KPI incentive that's paid either on a monthly or a quarterly basis. And the reasons for this is that it keeps people hungry. If they're not reaching their KPIs, if they're not reaching their productivity, then they're not going to be paid their bonus scheme. Also, you can attach that KPI or bonus to the company's performance as a whole. Therefore, if the company is actually doing well, if you're meeting your requirements, then you're in a position to be able to pay any bonuses. That's great. But if you're having a bit of a rough, choppy waters that you're going through within the business, you've got a bit of room to be able to pull back on some of the salary. So that is something to consider, though it is really important if you are going to set up that system that you have very good, clear parameters as to what that KPI or that bonus system could look at. So there is no hard science as to how to pay staff. It really is dependent upon your industry, your organisation, and also the other thing to take into consideration is what is the structure of wages or salary within your business. So if you are a business that pretty much pays on the award, then you have someone new coming into the business, I'd expect them to be paid under the award as well. Otherwise, it could be anarchy if someone finds out that people are being paid a lot more. However, if you're a business that tends to pay sort of 10-20% above the award, then it's probably only going to be fair and reasonable that the person is in a position that they're going to be able to work up to get that highest wage or salary within the business. So lots of things to consider. As much as we hope that people come to work because they love it, the reality is they come to work because they love it, but also because they get paid. And there's one way to disgruntle staff, it's by them not feeling like they're being remunerated in a fair and reasonable way. So it's a big investment in your salaries that you're paying your staff, and it's really important to get it right and to stay on top of those increasing costs. Something that we do find with some businesses is they pay someone what they see as a high hourly rate. It might be $35 an hour, and then the months tick by and the years tick by, and suddenly they actually don't get paid as per the award. It's caught up. If they don't do that annual adjustment every year and keep up with those CPI increases, you can very quickly start to go backwards with your salaries or wages. Lots of points to consider there. I hope it helps. If you would like any help with benchmarking or just having a chat through your business and your wages and salaries and how you structure them, and if there's a better way both for the business and also for the employees for what you're wanting to achieve, please reach out. We'd love to hear from you. That's it. Phoebe from HR Dynamics.